You're listening to the Awks Talk
Awks Talk.
Awks Talk.
podcast.
Welcome to the Awks Talk podcast with your hosts
Melissa.
Channel.
and Jessica. You didn't say show. I was actually expecting show.
I know,
Yeah,
me
what
too.
happened?
Anyways.
I was gonna
Show.
say, Shows your name now.
Whatever.
Happy
The
Valentine's Day.
whole episode of when we were doing the singing episode, you were calling me Channel the whole episode anyway, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna
That's-
call you show. You can call yourself show.
weird.
We're not calling you show.
Exactly.
We
Alright.
agreed to that.
All right, restart.
No, we're keeping
No.
this. I'm ready.
Okay, go.
What are we doing now?
Little
Okay.
shizzle.
Happy Valentine's
Shizzle
Day.
Yes.
show. Yo. Uh-huh.
We're doing. What? She's like off on her own thing.
I know, it's just like, because he says show, so I was like, for shizzle, nizzle, show, yo. Sounds very like rappy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, tangent.
Today we are discussing
Love.
the opinion. Yes, love. Yes, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow when this episode comes out.
Mhm.
So happy Love Day, everyone.
Yay.
Celebrate all year round, every day. Love, love.
Love, love, love. Gang, gang, gang. Okay, yeah. Okay,
So is this your opinion? This is the
the topic of
our-
the day.
yes.
Oh yeah,
The
we're
quote.
gonna
Love
talk
is
about
a choice, not a feeling. Strong words.
Yes, controversial hot take.
Yeah. So don't hate me for this, okay?
Preface everything.
The reason why I say love is a choice and not a feeling, initially when you fall for someone, there's a lot of hormones, there's a lot of like lust, there's a lot of attraction, so it's easy to kind of fall for someone and all that kind of stuff, right? But then when you're doing the everyday grind, you have to kind of choose to wake up every day and love the person, you know? And that's kind of where my opinion is on the matter, you know? It's like, especially when it comes to like marriages and all that kind of stuff, you know? So, because, you know, obviously, you know, a lot of people love fades, and what do you do at that moment? You know, you everyone comes to a road in their relationship or in their whatever with someone where they come to a roadblock and they're like, okay, I'm no longer kind of in love with this person, or they're like, it's hard to love this person, and then you gotta, yeah, well, I mean, it happens to everyone, right? And it's like, you gotta make a choice. It's like, you gotta be like, you gotta wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna love this person.
Oh no, I disagree wholeheartedly with that. No. Maybe am I naive? Like, am I the only one that feels in this couch that like if you're not in love with that person, you're not gonna choose to stay in that relationship? I could never. If I like speaking from experience, because the longest relationship I had was 5 years, right? And I just fell out of love with that person, and he's a great guy. And I still like, I'm very grateful that he was my first relationship. But like, I fell out of love. There was just, we grew, right? And for him, it probably was, I'm not saying that he didn't see it coming. There were signs, you know, we weren't at that point that we used to be at, right? But I still had a lot of love for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't in love with him, because I always differentiate between being in love with that person and then just loving them as
Having love for
a
them.
person, right?
Yeah.
Just like having love for them and caring for them. And he was a part of my life for so long, and I'm very, very grateful. But I would never like choose to be with him, because that's just not fair if there's no romantic feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
So and this is what I mentioned before about like when you get married, right, and you make vows and you've chosen someone to marry, and what if you get to a point where you don't like this person anymore, you don't love this person
You
anymore?
divorce them.
And see, that's kind of where my problem is, kind of with society as well. It's so easy to say divorce, but it's like, didn't you make a vow? What do those vows mean? You promise to be with this person. It's difficult. I mean, obviously disregarding abusive relationships and those kind of situations, but most of the time it's like you wake up, yeah, you're not happy with this person, you're not happy with the situation you're in. Maybe instead of choosing to get a divorce, you choose to work on your relationship. You choose to build intimacy, choose to have communication, stuff like that, instead of being so quick to kind of just be like, okay, I don't love you anymore.
Well, I'm not saying like go divorce them like that, right? Like obviously work on it. But then I think we need to change the title, right? You're not really talking about love. You're talking about commitment.
Yeah.
And being with somebody. Love is a feeling. I'm never going to say love is a choice because to me that doesn't make sense, right? Because if I could choose to love somebody, I would, because that would make my life inherently better.
Yeah, but
right?
love fades. Feelings fade. Feelings don't last forever.
Yeah, they do. Speak to anybody who's like in a relationship, very committed, very, very happy for many, many, many years and still in love, right? So we can't say that love is going to fade away for everybody.
Yeah.
I think you have to meet that special somebody, right? And like if you're lucky enough, you're going to meet that person that you're going to be in love with for the rest of your life, right? It's like take a look at all like the happy couples that have been married for like I was going to say centuries, but that's impossible. But you know what I'm saying? Like throughout time, there have been very clear examples of people who have been together in relationships and you can tell that they are still in love with each other.
But you don't think that those people that have been in relationships for like 60, because I know people that have been married for like 60 plus years, right? But you don't think they've had periods in their life, like maybe like 5 or 6 years here and there every couple of decades where they're like just fighting all the time and really toxic towards each other and all of, you don't think during those periods of time that they're just not for each other? And it could have been so easy to just get a divorce during that time, but they work through it. Again, commitment is part of it, right? But they chose love, which is a greater good than to be selfish and stuff like that.
What's wrong with being selfish?
There's nothing wrong with being selfish.
What's wrong with being selfish? I think if you, like, let's say that example, like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, within those 5 to 6 years, let's make this hypothetical situation more real. So, in those 5 to 6 years, did they try? Did they go to therapy? Are they still in love with each other? Those are my two questions. One, are they still in love with each other in your hypothetical situation? Yeah. Two, have they tried within those 5 to 6 years?
Well, they had to have. Well, I don't know if they've loved each other, but because again,
in
we're
your
saying
hypothetical
in my hypothetical, then no.
So they're not in love with each other,
and they're constantly bickering and fighting.
And
they're
constantly fighting.
Yeah, they're again whether they have they have a commitment to each other, right? A responsibility to each other. What I mean, kids play a big role. Obviously, family plays a big role, and all that kind of stuff, right? But anyways, we haven't heard Jessica's opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say before I
we just started arguing.
It's okay. You guys just let get it all out.
No, it's okay.
I don't know. Love, like the word, like love is. I think love is a choice, not like. But I'm not gonna say it's not a feeling either. Like it's a feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we're talking more about commitment, and it has to come like naturally, and you have to be able to work through it or want to work through it. That's like a main thing too.
I think we should have started with what's your definition of love?
Oh my god.
If you were to describe love to someone, what would it be?
I got a quote.
You have a quote? Okay.
Well, no, it's not. Well, it's just this. Anyway, this is just what when I think of
love.
When I think of like, how love should be.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That's what I think of.
Okay.
Anyway, it says, unless it's mad, passionate, or extraordinary love, it's a waste of time. Oh, sorry, it's a waste of your time. There are too many mediocre things in life. Love shouldn't be one of them. Mm-hmm. So, it's true.
That is also like
could be toxic. Who knows?
That's also very controversial. Too, because like some people say like the type of love that you should look for is like the quiet, like the very steady kind of love rather than like the hot and passionate kind of love.
Yeah, because then it's, yeah, impulsive and
Yeah.
Yeah.
may not be
yeah,
real
yeah, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's like
Sounds
on.
like a flick.
Anyways.
So on the other side, this is the love is a choice, not a feeling or an emotion. It's a decision you make every day of your life, even when your mate doesn't take out the trash or spends too much time at the mall, or when your new haircut or outfit goes unnoticed, or when poor financial decisions set you back. You can still decide to love. So that's kind of like his point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I disagree with that because the way I love is not going to be based on the fact that on one occasion, like my future spouse, because I'm not married, my future spouse, like, didn't say, "Oh, you got a haircut," right? Maybe there's other things on the guy's mind, right? You got to be like a bit understanding. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, if the guy constantly does that, you're still in love with him. There must be some reason why. And sometimes like love is just inexplicable and there's no reasons why you love somebody. So it's very, very complicated. And you have to kind of like understand yourself first and love yourself first, right? So there's that. I don't know. So anyways, to my point, I just don't think love is a decision. I just think it's a feeling. And sometimes you decide to stay committed to a person because you love them. And love is supposed to be unconditional, right? That's like the ultimate kind of love. So regardless of what that person does, right, you're supposed to stay committed with them because love is supposed to be unconditional, right? So it's not really a decision. It's just something that is naturally there for that person. Sometimes that ends up being like toxic, but then you can decide to work on it because you're both in love with each other, right? And you could say, okay, I love you, you love me. There's something that's wrong. There's like a disconnect, right? But I love you unconditionally. It's just that let's make this healthier for each other. So then you can work on it, right? So you decide to work on the relationship and work on the commitment, but the love is still there, right? That's not a decision. You love each other, right? Something innate, right? Something maybe that pulls you together, but you decide to work on the health of the relationship. That's what I think it is.
So for you, love is more like primal and more instinctual and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say like we're animals. The primal sounds like a very... Yeah, but I believe that when you meet somebody, I think you're going to fall in love with them based on their essence. And sure, it could be based on what they do for you as well. Like there's so many factors that will make you fall in love with them, right? But then you just don't decide to like get out of love. You naturally fall out of love with people.
Yeah.
Based on decisions that they have made or based on decisions that you have made. But that's like that feeling. It's like a core feeling.
I understand you.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I think I agree more on the love as a feeling. Because if it were that easy, like you could control your emotions, turn it on and off, a lot of things would be avoided.
Yes, exactly. Like if it was a decision, I would decide to, as I was saying earlier when we decided to talk about this topic. There's this person that's on my mind, right? Where like on paper, they're just great. I wouldn't. Okay, no, but yeah, they're great. They're nice, very hardworking. We get along very well. And I feel like if only I could just like turn on the romantic feelings, like those aspects, that kind of love for this person that I wish to have, then my life would be set, right? I wouldn't have to be on like dating apps and worry about like, when am I gonna get married and have kids, right?
Yeah.
Because then I could just like turn on the knob, right? And then just fall in love with him. But it just didn't happen, right? Like, and I know I have this like rule for myself, which sometimes I don't follow to a T, but it's like within the first 3 to 4 months of meeting somebody, right? like especially like in a romantic sense, not like friendship, but like let's say I meet somebody on a dating app, and then we hit it off, you know, and I do believe in like instant attraction and like I don't know, love at first sight, maybe not that, but I do believe in very like instant attraction and falling very quickly for somebody because that's just how it is, right? But my rule is within those first like 3 to 4 months, if my feelings for that person haven't progressed and they've just plateaued, I know for sure that I shouldn't continue dating this person, because I know myself and I know that within the first 3 to 4 months, like if my feelings are not growing, it's basically it. And this is like if I'm seeing the person consistently within those 3 to 4 months, right? Because people can argue and say, well, you haven't given them a chance, and you know, sometimes love is like it grows on you and things like that. And then maybe people will also say to me, well, within those 3 to 4 months, that's not really true love, that's more like attraction and lust and infatuation, and maybe so, right? But in my experiences with the people that I have dated and gone on relationships with, it was within those 3 to 4 months that I knew that my feelings were getting stronger and stronger and stronger, right? And so then I decided to take a chance with them and pursue the relationship, or they decided to pursue the relationship with me, right? So I don't know. But I knew, right, with this person that I'm thinking of, that my feelings for that person had just like plateaued. And regardless of how much time I was spending with him, and he's a very good person, it just wasn't going anywhere, you know? So thoughts?
That's a good way of doing it. At least you know. At least you know yourself, right? It's like,
I would like to think that I know myself. Sometimes I don't follow it to like a T. Like sometimes it depends, right, on like the person, and sometimes they're more intriguing. So even if I myself know that my feelings haven't like progressed, I still kind of want to pursue a little bit more because they are intriguing or they have an aspect that I really, really like. But then it's to my detriment, right? Like it's kind of like double-edged sword, like having this like rule in my head, right? Because if I say, okay, in 3 to 4 months, you know, if I don't like this guy, then that's it, right? So it's to my detriment because I'm putting this restriction, and like subconsciously I might be sabotaging myself, right? So
but I think 3-4 months is a good time.
Yeah, but then like 3 to 4 months,
especially because you're saying like consistently too, right?
Yeah, it depends though.
So.
Yeah, it does depend on how consistently you're meeting this person. Also, isn't there like something that says like in 3 to 4 months, like you see the real person, like their true personality? Because like within,
I think it's like the honeymoon phase basically fades or starts to fade.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I read somewhere that like people are kind of like fake within the first like 2-3 months.
Yeah, they're putting their best impression forward.
Exactly, right?
And then you start to see habits and personalities.
Yes.
Normal personalities and stuff like that after that,
Yeah, so I guess it also depends too, you know, hopefully the person that you're like dating or like you meet for the first time isn't just putting on the best of themselves, right? They just are normal, you know? They show you like all sides of them.
I don't forget if we talked about this or wanted to talk about this, like arranged marriages.
We did, yeah.
We did, yeah. So, like in defense of the choice, like love is a choice. I do think love can grow. You know, especially like, you know, arranged marriages. Yeah, you commit to this person, and then you may not like them. You may not even know them, and then, you know, you grow to appreciate them, and then, you know, you find out things that you like about them, and then it goes to love, I hope, in those instances and stuff. But it's not like, again, like that deep, passionate core love, I think, that you naturally want to have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think because I've seen so many like series or like movies where there is like an arranged marriage, and then like the characters say like, you know, I chose to love him or I chose to love her, and like, yeah, nice. I still don't think it's a choice. I think you chose to be committed. You decided to make it work for the sake of, I don't know, your sanity, for the sake of your families, for the sake of whatever it is. And then you maybe, hopefully, like you said, like grow to love that person, right? But then you didn't choose it, you know?
Yeah.
It just like happened within your soul, within your heart.
But what is love? You know? That's the real question.
What is love?
So for me, I grew up watching a lot of Bollywood movies. A lot of Bollywood movies. So a lot of, like, I didn't watch like Disney movies or like Hollywood movies when it came to learning about love and stuff. So I guess mine is a little bit skewed towards Indian culture, I guess. So for me, I saw a lot of movies that had arranged marriages, and obviously in Bollywood movies, it's a lot about like, you know, God and all that kind of stuff. Like it's a lot more religious too when it came to love. But yeah, when I saw those kind of movies, and that's basically what I based it off of, right? Which is like, you know, you die for each other, you take a bullet for each other, you know, you're committed. It's commitment's a part of love too, right? It's like, okay, I've fallen in love with this person, I've fought for this person, because, you know, in all the movies, it's like the guy loves girl, then they fight for each other, parents hate the kids being together, you know, but then they end up together. And then there are a lot of other movies that have the other end of it, where it's like, you know, two people get married, and then families hate it, but, you know, and now they've lost their parents, which in Indian culture, it's like losing your parents is like losing God kind of deal, right? And so it's like, and they make it work and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's always been like, that's why like divorce for me has always been like a weird concept. Like I never understood it, but I get it. I get why people do it, but it's like, that's kind of never been instilled as a choice for me. You know, it's like when you commit to someone, I think it's for life. And, you know, and you're choosing, okay, I love this person, I have all these feelings for this person and all this kind of stuff. And then it's like, you know, you move forward with that too, right? It's like, okay.
Yeah, I think for like, you shouldn't stay with someone just for love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if there's something that's like non-negotiable, something that
sometimes love is not enough,
towards
right?
Towards the relationship, towards your family, you know, it's why like you shouldn't stay together like just because of kids or something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I feel like even the kids, they can feel it, right? They can feel the tension or
I would
the
rather
hatred, you know.
I'd like
so.
I'll say this, like growing up or whatever, I would have rather been in a family like a divorced parents than growing up with parents that were abusive or like just argued all the time and you got to see it. It's like I would have rather had two happy parents that were separate and that I had good relationships with, like both of them, instead of like, you know, growing up and having, you know, angry parents and then me hating one of them versus the other and all that kind of stuff, right? So I think, yeah.
I feel like it's become like a marriage episode somehow, you know?
I mean, you two are together, and I mean, I'm coming from like, it's nice though because we're coming from two different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Committed relationship perspective, and then just like single ready to mingle perspective.
No, but I mean, like, it's like I mean, I don't know. Like, me and Jess have been, I didn't want to talk about a relationship, but we've been together for like 10 years, right? It's going to be 11 years this year.
Dang.
No, it's 10 years now.
Yeah, it's going to be 11 years.
Well, 2024, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, is that right?
Get your shit together.
Shoot, oh my God. Ew, that's in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Applause.
You know what happened? We missed our 10th anniversary. That's what happened.
Well, we didn't miss it.
Yeah.
It happened.
No, no, no.
We didn't
But
do
we didn't
anything.
celebrate it, right?
But you acknowledged it, right?
No, we had
You
a
just
traumatic experience with our daughter during that time.
Oh.
No, that was in May.
Yeah.
We were in. Our anniversary was in April.
Yeah, but it was like it was all during that time.
Okay.
I feel like no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, but
Another
Yeah.
quote for in defense of because I didn't finish. It's a long article. I think it's basically the whole defense of like love is a choice, right?
Yeah.
So it's like love is for better or worse, and when you choose not to love, you've given up and given in.
I mean, to your point, yes. What I'm going to say is related to marriage, but I do believe that religion and love are just like strongly connected. It's just that sometimes people take religion to the extreme, you know? And also, so going back to just like marriage in general, right? And religion, yes. So I think religion has been around for forever, and I think commitment is like so beautiful. But here's the thing, people just like go into marriage first without really like taking into consideration the commitment and the love aspect and the religion aspect, you know. I think people just like go into it like head first, sometimes without knowing the person for like a while. And like I'm not saying that, you know, marriages that come out of like knowing people for like a short amount of time don't work. I just think that personally it would be nice to know somebody for like a long time. And then
Yeah. I think people nowadays are more so getting married for the wrong reasons.
yeah.
Or like they're in that stage of lust and hyper emotion with each other and all that kind of stuff that they rush into it thinking, oh my god, I'm madly in love with this person, and then you find out that you don't like a lot of the habits and kind of behaviors that they have you're not used to, and it just all comes out, and then you're like, what is this person? This person not the person I married or I fell in love with, right?
Yeah. And then I think if people like took the time to really think about marriage and love, and then all the factors that go into it, then divorce wouldn't be such like a bad thing to think about.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Right.
like I feel now that, you know, if they just go into it, they're bound to just get divorced, right? But if they think about it, you know, they take into consideration, they love each other, and then they get married, you know, and I think they'll be more prepared to decide to like work on the relationship and make it healthy, assuming that they're still in love with each other.
Yeah.
Right?
I think nowadays it's like, yeah, divorce has just become a first option instead of a last option more so nowadays. There's something that someone said, I don't know if it was a podcast or a talk show or something, and he was like, you know, dating in 2022 or whatever it was, right? But even in 2024 is like practicing divorce. You know, you're with someone, you don't commit to someone, and then as soon as you find something wrong with that person, you move on to the next, right? It's like, how can you succeed in a marriage if you're training yourself on the first thing you don't like about someone to move on, right? So it's like you don't build problem solving or like conflict resolution skills in the modern era of dating, right? You're building habits of just at the first sign of a problem, just run, you know?
Yeah. But that being said, like, I think if you want to get divorced, get divorced. who are we? If it's gonna make you in the end happy, then
I guess I sound like I'm not against divorce, by the way. But I definitely think it should be taken more seriously.
yeah, I mean, for sure, it's gonna be like a challenge, and like you are breaking a commitment. But I think nowadays, like, yes, like I wish people would take like marriage more seriously and commitment more seriously. But at the end of the day, if they get divorced, they get divorced. And if you think about it, I think a lot of people like now they don't really care that they get divorced because it's just more
Yeah.
modern age, and also we live a
been more-
longer life.
It's also been more socially accepted too.
Yeah,
It's like
and we
people
just
have like
live
3
longer.
divorces and they're still out there dating like
Yeah.
like nothing happened. It's like, oh, yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, we live such a long life now that think about it. Like if you do get divorced and you live like, let's say you get divorced like early on into the marriage, right? And you were only with them for like, I don't know, 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you live till 100. Like really that's going to be like
Small part of your
a
story.
blip,
Mm.
right? So I think that also plays a factor. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you know, if you think that you can work it out, if you're in love with them, you could work it out and then be happy. If you realistically can see yourself being happy, let's say you just imagine, like, let's say it's like a little bit unhealthy, but you say, okay, if, you know, if this person, my partner and I work it out, and then you just imagine your life the way you want it, and you say, okay, am I going to be happy with that, with those changes? Then I think, yay, right? You should be in that relationship. But even if you can imagine all of those changes, right, and you still can't imagine yourself happy, I think there's something fundamentally wrong there. You're not happy in the relationship. So I think, yeah, think of divorce as a possibility. Why not? You know, at the end of the day, I think like we have to be a little bit more selfish.
Realistic, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry,
Honest with
but
yourself, yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry, but like, who are you living for? Really?
Yeah, if not yourself.
Yeah, just live for yourself. You have to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? So, there you go. Decide to be happy. There we are.
Happiness is a choice.
Happiness is a choice.
Well, I mean, it's like I think it's hard to explain, but it's like all feelings are uncontrollable, right? You can't control feelings. Feelings are just things that you, again, feel, right? But emotions are something that you can control, right? You choose to react to your feelings, right? So it's like you can be in love with someone, right? But you can choose not to act on those feelings, right? And you cannot be in love with someone. Or I mean, I'm sorry, it only works if you're in love with someone, right? But it's like you know, again, like, we can talk about a little bit about cheating too, right? It's like you can be in a relationship with someone and totally fall in love with someone else while you're in that relationship with the person you're in love with, right? Because you can't control your feelings, but it's up to you whether you want to act on those feelings or not, you know? Stuff like that. I think that's where kind of my more so definition of love is a choice.
I think it's still commitment though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's love.
Commitment is a choice.
Yes, I think if you like being in a healthy, committed relationship, working. Well, maybe we could say it like that. Working on your relationship. That's a choice.
Well, yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm giving like options for what you're trying to say, because I still don't believe that love is a choice.
Yeah.
So I think everything that you've said to me, I perceive it as that's not love, right? I'm not deciding to be in love with somebody. I just am, and then I decide to.
Well,
do
a lot of
whatever.
times it's also the habit of, say you are in love with someone and you're talking about like self-sabotage, right? Maybe you think this person's too good for you, or maybe you think you're too good for this person, but you love them and you don't understand why you love them, and you know your relationship breaks down, right? Whether you decide to become emotionally unavailable, or you know somehow sabotage the relationship, whatever, bad communication, stop communicating with the person, all those kind of things, right? It's like, again, we don't know why we love people, but we do, and then everything around that are decisions and choices you make, kind of deal, right? I think that's kind of what I'm trying to say, more so.
Technicalities, I think it's an extreme thing to say love is a choice. I get the ideals behind it, like I'm saying commitment though. It is really commitment.
Yeah.
I guess the viewers can just comment on what they think Chanel's trying to say.
I get it.
I wish I was better with my words and explaining shit.
No, I think you're good with your words. It's just that I don't
Agree.
see it. Yeah, I don't agree
Yeah,
with your
fine.
points, and that's fine. We all have our own opinions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, I've decided to go against yours. No, yeah, but it's fine. It's good to have
Anything else?
discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, what's your definition of love?
We're circling back.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, mine.
Love is love.
No, but I mean, she read the quote and she said she agrees with. Did you agree with that?
That love is a feeling, yeah.
I know
What do you
that
mean?
quote about like if it's not passionate, like I don't want it, kind of thing.
Well, no, not that extreme, but it'd be nice. It's nice to, because I think, I don't know, just think of like, even like the couples that like run into marriage or relationships. Obviously, there's going to be hurdles, but I feel like the stories that you hear that are actually successful, they're like, yeah, we're all good. We're just, we love each other like hardcore and it's all good, It worked out for them, luckily. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only been in love twice in my life. So, and obviously those relationships didn't pan out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think God has his timing, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
And eventually, I believe that there's going to be a person that comes into my life where I'm just going to like fall in love with them. They're going to fall in love with me. And then we'll be in love, but also love each other as people. Right? Because I do believe there's a difference between being in love with someone and loving them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As I said, with my ex, right? Like I fell out of love, right? Just naturally occurred, right? And then, but I still loved him.
Yeah.
I still cared about him.
So.
Yeah, like I still value him as a person. So there's that.
I had a question, but it might be too personal. Let's move
What's
on.
the question? You already
Cut it all out now.
no, you already like once we. I hate when people say I had a question, but
No, I can
Right?
turn off the camera. We can ask afterwards, but.
no. What's the point
part
of
of the
putting it
discussion.
in the podcast? Just say it.
Okay. Listen, if
Might
so,
get cut
so
out,
your
it's fine.
ex, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If you say you fell out of love with them, but you were still in love with them, right?
No.
No.
No,
she
you
said
fell
she
out of
loved
love
him.
with them, but you still had love for him,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that if you just chose instead of to break it off and just stick through it,
No.
No.
that after a
No.
couple of years,
What?
maybe you could have gone past whatever it was?
Couple of years. If
'cause-
you can get past in like a month or two, like why would I wait a couple of years? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, I mean you just with that person.
That would just make me so unhappy.
I know the situation, so I know why. But
I know we're all like, yeah, we know.
Okay, yes.
I'm
like
just
obviously
saying.
no, but like for the viewers that they
Yeah.
don't know the situation, they don't need to know the situation. But no, I just like I could not see myself like deciding to love him. When it's just like it's not natural.
already-
It wouldn't come out. Even if I said, "Okay, Melissa, maybe if I hypnotize myself, you love him. You're so in love with him. You would die if you weren't in love with him." You know, like that kind of like hypnotizing. Sure, if I did that, maybe I could decide to love him. But no, it was over.
Yeah, it was a stupid question. Anyways,
Phased
No.
out. Did its time.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to let go.
It was
So.
a beautiful relationship. It was my first relationship. So, I mean, people who know me, they know who I'm talking about. So, the people who see this, right? And if they know the first relationship, they know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's a great guy, you know? It was his birthday recently. So,
Oh man, I saw that too. I was like, oh shit.
but I did not,
Oh my
I did not
gosh.
message. You know what?
Dun,
I'm-
dun, dun. It's too
I'm-
much tea now. Too much tea. Cut it out.
It's too much tea. Who?
So on a
Who-
brighter note,
who's
Melissa
gonna
got a
win?
haircut.
Oh yes, yes.
Mm.
We're just catching up now. Going backwards.
I got a haircut
yes.
too, actually, since the
Oh, yeah, I
last
guess so.
episode. We both got haircuts.
Nice.
Mine shorter.
Hmm?
Mine's shorter.
Clearly.
Yeah, okay, but no one could probably tell that you got a haircut. But
No.
like,
Oh, you
I
could
don't
tell.
know. I think you could tell.
You could
I
tell
don't
me.
know. I did not notice, to be
Anyways.
honest, when I walked in. So my bad. But like mine is more noticeable because my hair was like over here,
And
like,
it was
you know.
red.
Yes. Although you can't really see in the camera, I don't think. But yeah, I still have
Some of the red.
some of the red. So I don't know. I'm going to like grow it out a bit more, hopefully to like my shoulder, and then maybe chop off like the rest of the red. Because I'm over it. I'm over the red. It's just too hard to maintain. You know, it's just too much. No. And the split ends, it's horrible. No, thank you. I never want to do that again. I think I'm gonna, after cutting off like the rest of the red, I'm just gonna grow it out, and I'm going to be like, you know, a mermaid goddess with long ass hair. That's my goal
All right.
for 2020, end of
Since-
2024, end of 2025 maybe, because hair that long is gonna take a while.
Yep.
So
Since Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and it's the day of love, and we're talking about love, what's your opinion on Valentine's Day?
I know we should actually talk
feel
about it.
like we talked about
Oh,
this.
did we? Oh, we did
in
last.
in a earlier episode.
Like
'Cause
3.
we've done a Valentine's Day.
We-
but
we've
not
done.
not in YouTube.
Not
No,
on
have we?
YouTube? Oh.
Interesting.
But we have talked about
Valentine's Day? I don't remember.
I don't remember what I said. My opinions could have changed. I don't know.
Have they changed? What do you think about Valentine's?
What do I think? He messaged
It's a
me
commercial
today.
holiday.
Yeah,
we
I
all
thought you
know.
thought you hated Valentine's.
Yeah,
Day.
he
About the
messaged,
candy and chocolate.
he
And
messaged me today and was like, "I know you hate Valentine's Day, but wear something red." And I was like, "I don't hate Valentine's Day. No, I've
know, it's
never
like-
hated Valentine's Day." So I'm like, "Who are you talking
Somebody
about?"
hates
doesn't like
Valentine's Day.
Halloween, okay?
Yeah, Halloween.
Oh,
I don't like Halloween. Although this past year I did dress up and I did go to like a Halloween event, so I was very proud of myself. It's like,
Yes,
"Mm-hmm."
yes.
Right? So yeah, but no, I like Valentine's Day. I'm a romantic. I'm a Libra. I'm a romantic at heart. I love being wooed. I love being like seduced with flowers and chocolate and candy. I have never really experienced like a very like, you know, stereotypical Valentine's Day, you know. Although my ex once I think gave me roses for Valentine's Day. So that was nice. That was very sweet. And I don't care what people think. I want a stereotypical Valentine's Day. If I ever have a relationship in the near future, because Valentine's Day it's gonna come and go without me being in a relationship, but maybe next year, I want a man who is just like plans it out, surprises me, and was like, I don't care. Like, I want both of us to be like, I don't care if this is stereotypical or cheesy. I'm gonna get you flowers.
Yeah.
Right? I want that. And I think, yes, it is a commercial holiday, and like companies and whatever, they exploit it to the max. And realistically, we should be loving each other every day.
Yeah.
Every day, yeah.
Right? We shouldn't need a special day, but I want a special day. It's like your birthday.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you should celebrate that you're alive
Every day.
every day, but we have a birthday, and we love celebrating our birthday.
Yeah.
And people buy our gifts, and like, I don't know, if you celebrate your birthday but yet complain about Valentine's Day, I think you're a bit hypocritical. Right? Let's be real. If you celebrate any holiday, right, you're being hypocritical. Right? Why hate on Valentine's Day?
Bitter people, okay?
Yeah.
Bitter people. It's not about relationships, okay? It's about
Yeah, you could just like
about
have
love,
a
both
Galentine's.
Valentine's,
Yeah.
anti-Valentine's if you want. Just do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even people who have anti-Valentine's.
It's still something.
It's
still
something,
celebrating.
you're still
you know.
celebrating. It has Valentine's in the name. If you were truly anti-Valentine, you would not celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, a proper boycott is like not like participating in anything and not even mentioning it.
Yeah.
Right?
What about
So
you, Jess? Getting angry over there?
I mean, I love Valentine's. Valentine's Day is actually my second favorite holiday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I just love, like, I always love, like, hearts and stuff. So just pretty, you know.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like it. It was a day to give to everyone. I thought that's probably why, like, those are my top reasons. Like, Christmas and Valentine's Day. Because I could give gifts to everyone. You know? sharing with everyone. Birthday's just about me. I don't like whatever. It's nice, but I don't like being like the center of attention, right? So yeah, it was the only two. I mean, I could, I don't know, St. Patrick's Day, give out beer.
Wait, what's your
you know,
first-
I don't know, but
Anyways, okay, so wrapping up because this has been a very riveting conversation.
Melissa's word, always riveting.
I love that word. Do I say it often?
You do.
do you?
Oh, we should
Maybe.
eventually we should make a compilation. Of
I
me
already
just being
started,
like,
okay?
No,
No worries.
stop. You haven't.
riveting. Yes, but okay. Final thoughts. Anybody? I've talked a lot this episode. Like I
That's
always
true.
talk a lot,
That's true.
but
Usual.
Yeah, final thoughts. Yeah.
Have you changed your opinion? Is love a choice?
Listen, that was just the name of the title, okay?
Well, I'm just ganging up on you.
Yeah,
No.
no, I mean like feelings are feelings
Mm-hmm.
and emotions are choices, okay? So how you react to your emotions is how you choose. So that's how I feel. Is love a feeling or an emotion? That's the real question.
Oh.
the difference, honestly.
I think loving someone is an emotion. No. Having love for someone is an emotion, but loving someone's a feeling. There you go.
Sure.
There's my 2 cents.
Sure.
So,
Jessica's over it. She's like, yeah, sure.
so love is both, okay? It's
Whatever
a feeling
you
and a choice.
Say.
Love is everything.
Yeah.
Love is everything.
It's hard to
Love
define.
conquers all.
I swear it's hard. No one knows what love is. It's just it's like what is
Why-
love?
That's
you know?
why it's a feeling. All right.
Exactly. So
Peace.
can't explain it. right.
Okay.
Great episode, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for listening, watching as always.
Yes.
Comment, subscribe,
We love you
Email.
guys.
all the good things. Awks
Yes.
talk on everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Awks talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Radio. Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day.
Day. Yes.
Spread the love.
Spread the
Not this
love.
Cheers. What does the new kids do? This thing?
Let's not.
That's the new thing.
What's the new
I
thing?
have.
Oh, we
Yeah,
we
what-
gotta connect it. I don't
Yeah.
got that. I don't
By
got
you do
finger.
it.
I don't
You're
got
the-
finger
you're the-
dexterity for this.
You are the
This
couple.
is the new way to do it now. It's not like this anymore. This is the old way, right? It's like,
Yes.
it's like
I
this.
can barely. Anyways.
Shit, I don't even know.
Stop.
Alana, no.
Stop.
Yeah, like this. There you go.
Anyways, you do it. Come on.
No.
It's
You
a
do it.
couple.
Show them.
Can't.
The couple.
Show them.
The couple.
What is this?
Yeah,
Oh.
you do. See?
Oh yeah. It's good time.
Oh, nice.
See? Oh shit! Right in between. Melissa. Where are you? This way. This way.
No,
Okay.
this away. If you want to be
Oh,
in the
shit.
middle, it has to be
Okay.
here.
Yeah, here.
Here where?
Where are you?
Oh, there.
Oh, it's just me and Melissa.
Anyways,
Besties for
I just sound like that, but I was like,
listen, bros before hoes, okay? There you go.
what the hell?
You guys are bros before I'm the hoe. Okay?
It's chicks before dicks.
Oh, right. I didn't want to say, you know.
We could bleep it out.
All right,
We'll have
okay.
some problem with dicks.
Yeah, I got a big problem with dicks. Okay. Anyways.
Bleep, bleep, bleeps. Okay. All right. So, bye.
Later.
Bye,
Peace.
thank you.
You're listening to the Awks Talk
Awks talk.
Awks talk.
podcast.